Ah,
Hi.
welcome to Beyond Twin Flames.
That doesn't mean we are beyond anything. It just means um, we have experienced a lot of it, a majority of it. It doesn't mean we're not in it now,
No.
because we are. But there's a difference now. There's a big difference now. And I don't know that anyone's ever recorded their journey this far for this long. To let everybody know what it is that happens when you get to this stage, I guess. And I don't want to go with...
Let's be specific about what stage we're talking about.
Right. Let's do that.
Let's be very specific. Beyond Twin Flames, as the title of this is really about moving beyond the twin flame narrative. The narrative that everybody's put out there, the narrative of DM, DF, the bullshit.
Running, chasing.
I'm just going to call it like it is. It doesn't speak connection. So we want to be able to bring conscious connection, because human being to human being connection is a very powerful thing once you realize that all of that narrative never led you to that.
You just don't get people searching for human being to human being connection.
Or looking for human connection.
Right.
It's almost like
Is that the same thing?
Actually, you're right. They're so different, because human being to human being connection isn't the same as human connection, is it? Because the being part is left out. And the being part is the strongest part of the connection. The being part is the feeling that we have between us that's connected.
Right.
The being is without thought, right? That's the part of your feelings that have a home now, if you've achieved going beyond twin flames, right? Is it? Do you experience it that way? I mean, we both experience it differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it feels like all of the triggers from the past and all of that dialogue and all of the stuff that we went through, right?
Yeah.
Was
I got allergies killing me today, y'all.
us trying to navigate a connection that literally just wanted us to believe in connection.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at what we kept finding with twin flames, when we started doing root camps, we were like, we're going in to find out what the heck is going on.
Right.
Because we needed to understand what was the big difference between what's happening out there with everybody who's researching and looking, and even hearing what twin flames are, or even hearing what an ultimate soulmate, or whatever you call it. What is it supposed to do? Where is it supposed to take you? What is it asking of you? What it's asking of you is, do you believe that you can have human being connection?
Right.
None of the other stuff matters. Not really. Doesn't really matter all the way down in the depth of the connection. Doesn't matter whether you're masculine or feminine. It just wants to know whether you're accepting or open to connection. If you split those two, then you're creating the separation without even seeing that that's what it's doing. So there's so much of that information out there that, of course, they're going to be able to make a killing. I mean, look at some of the horrible things that have happened with this kind of thing, right? We pulled away because we were like, that still has nothing to do with connection. We're here in connection. We put up our entire journey. You don't see that anywhere else.
And I've got to focus on what you just said. I got to focus on the words "we've pulled away," and it's not that we've stopped being connected or twin flames. We are disconnecting from the bullshit.
Absolutely.
From the bullshit.
We're too deep in that now.
From all of the misinformation information out there that's sending you all in scattered directions that's sometimes traumatic, oftentimes traumatic, adding more trauma. We're sitting back and watching it happen, and we don't know how to get to you. We don't know how to get to them. And we're in a space where we are middle-aged. We don't know much about the new technology and the algorithms and all the things, right? If you need us, here we are, right? That's the big thing. Here we are. How we get to you is how we get to you. I don't know how the universe is going to do that, because we just don't know much about this algorithm thing, right? SEO, algorithm, blah, blah. We don't know. We're just throwing videos out there and being out there and being available. And it's at a level now where we can kind of go like this and go, whoa, that was a hell of a ride. But we could have avoided a lot of it. A whole lot of it. I mean, and we should have, because we didn't know that the bigger things were coming. Liver disease, death.
House explosion.
Yeah. House explosion, whole deal, right? We didn't know that, obviously we didn't know that these things were coming, family pulling away. So many different things that have happened because of our connection was hard.
You know,
Yeah.
But it's now at the other side of it. We're so content with connection, we don't know necessarily how to have relationships.
Right.
So it's really interesting, because the people that we feel a connection to each other, and that's been the primary, but it's now only pulls people in who feel connection towards us, which makes sense with why everybody else probably fell out, because they never felt a genuine connection to us.
Yeah.
Even though we had been through individual things within ourselves that kept us disconnected, you literally have to be able to know what connection is to be able to sustain it. So we didn't know everything we know now. We didn't. And back then, we knew even less, because we were still in relationship rules. We were still following the relationship guidelines. You know, the separation of man and woman, the separation of role playings, and who's going to be playing who and who's going to be what, and how all of this is going to go. And then that really shitty place called higher self. It's so fucked up, it doesn't make sense. Nothing points to the inner side of you. The inside is how you have this connection. Forget about higher self, forget about lower self. Start focusing on inner. Beyond twin flames, that's what it is.
We've been preaching that for so many years.
We really have, haven't we?
And I'm telling you what, man, I need an allergy pill.
Okay.
I am dying. But the interesting thing is, we've been yelling it for so many years, and we've got so much feedback. You know what I mean? What I'm going through. I need to know what I'm going through. I need to know what it is I'm going through. You're asking me questions that are irrelevant. You're asking me questions that are triggering me. You're asking me these questions, and you don't understand. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Yeah, we are.
We are. We're in it. We're trying to point you into it.
Just now, we've decided just to not argue with you, because if you're not ready, you're not ready. And if you're ready, there's a time when you listen and understand that there's two people in the situation. Could be more. We don't know, right? But there's nobody out there who's not part of the problem. And there's also nobody out there who doesn't have the answers to the problems in their lives. And we're sitting from our couch, from our home right now. But next week, we don't know. Week after that, we don't know, right? But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we are living in this connection that we have to each other. And we are able to do that because we've gone through some serious healing in ourselves. Are we healed? Nope. Will we ever be? Nope. But we put things in healing. Guess what? Sometimes they come up. But they come up for a reason. I talk about my sex abuse all the time. And in the beginning, I still had that little lump. I still had a few tears coming out of my eyes. I still had anger. I still had so much. But I can talk about it today because, not because it's healed, because I've put it in healing, and now positivity can come out of it. I can talk about it without going back. I can talk about it without having that lump in my throat. I can talk about it because it's in healing. All the things that we've been through, never healed, always in healing. And do they come up sometimes? Yes, they do. They do. They're always going to. Life is lifing. It's always going to be doing that. Sitting here with the peace that we have in us and the turmoil that's going on around us is beyond twin flames.
Yeah. And with everything she's saying, none of it's possible without connection. There's not anything that she still doesn't go through that I don't feel and that I don't have open arms for. All of it has that. How you learn to communicate with somebody you feel a connection to, how you learn to open up and share, has everything to do with what you do to yourself, has nothing to do with how other people have treated you. So we took the time to we put out the answers as we got them. If you go back and you watch our journey, you go back and watch any of the videos we did, as soon as we got the information, we were out there doing it. Now where we are, we're in this deep, really profound place, because think about us doing that a whole time and still being connected to one another. Our connection has reached a purity that I don't necessarily know that you can feel by being in it. You can experience by sitting with us for 30 minutes. You can experience by going through root camp with us, because it's going to open up what your mind has taught you about connection. And it's taught you not to trust it. It has taught you not only to not trust connection outside of you, but not to trust connection within you. Beyond Twin Flames takes that and does something really magical with it. So here we are doing that. And of course, we can't flood everything like everybody else who's giving you the misinformation. We can only flood you with the right information. And if they're not talking to you about connection from one to the other, or talking about your experiences of connection throughout your life, they're nowhere near getting you close to anywhere in the vicinity of where you're going to maintain a solid connection. And a solid connection would mean 24 hours a day, never apart. You would be able to be with this person and you still be together. We've been doing this since 2013, been side by side, have not left. Have always come here and shown you everything that, and have told the truth about everything you've been through. And we've been through some pretty painful shit. But I had to love my shit before I was gonna let her. I didn't know how to do that. The connection taught us that. And it taught us a lot of different things. But one of the biggest things it taught us is that it's very, very rare. And it's almost no information for it. When we go to search for human connection, or we go to search for human being to human being connection, we don't find anything. So even the information of what is beyond twin flames is not even available to you. As long as they tell you twin flames, you might chase something that you think you're chasing, only to find out you're not chasing the connection to yourself first, which is where you have to start, and which is where we started. And we told a story of how that looked like and what that looked like. And it was tremendous, and it was horrendous at the same time. Because in 2005, when I disappeared because I knew that this was connection. I didn't know how to have it. I didn't know how to let myself have it. I didn't even know that it was in this world. I had no idea that another person could feel me and I could feel them. No concept of it at all. That's how far disconnected I was from my connection to myself. What's interesting is everything that's happening in your twin flame connection is everything that's already happened to you in your life. You're repeating it.
It's repeating it.
It's like you're recycling it.
When you
and
hear
you
the
will
word,
gravitate to people who will help you recycle it.
when you hear the saying, twin flames are a mirror,
They're not kidding.
they're not.
Are
You're
they?
not mirroring each other. You're mirroring yourself.
They're going to give you what you give you. If you don't let people be there for you, they're not going to show up for you. If you don't let people show up for when you're hurting or in pain, don't worry, they're not going to show up for you. They're going to give you what you give yourself. Until you learn that you can open up those things and let somebody be there, you're going to run that same kind. And you can pretend to be who you think they want you to be. That's a lot of fun.
That happens.
Or you can keep reading a whole bunch of stuff that tells you who you're going to be. But deep on the inside, what has that done for the real you?
Ooh.
Has the real you ever accepted connection from anyone or anything? And that's where this all goes. Your connection to yourself is being dictated. It's literally showing you with this connection to the other person, it is showing you how you're connected to you or not connected to you. And a majority of it is how you are not connected to you. And that's what's so painful about it. But if you sat and really paid attention and then said, you know what? Let me go look. I want to research and look. Or if you're currently working with somebody who's saying they can get you to them, ask them, how do I let myself have connection? If they can't answer you, come back here and watch this channel in its entirety. It's all free here. Or you could come and sit with us for 30 minutes for free. Or you could invest in yourself and invest in your connection to yourself and do root camp or do a lot of the various things that we do. But here's the thing. We're living and breathing in it. And it's documented. And we're not, and you're getting pure truth. You will not let somebody connect to you without the truth. But do you have your own truth to let them connect to you?
You will let them connect to a certain point. And then you cut it off and they feel that. They may not recognize it, but at one day you were one way and one day you were the next shows up. You know, ladies, let's talk about real quick before we go. Women in general are labeled as crazy, right?
Yeah.
She's a crazy bitch. She's crazy. We're all effing crazy. Let's throw it out there. All of us, right? And men are labeled as players, right?
Or no feeling.
No feelings. Men have no feelings, right? They're not experiencing what we experience. That's
Such a lie.
It's such a lie. Because when you're in this connection, they can feel you when you do pull away. And
That's rejection.
and you can't understand what they're going through because you're going through so much. And it's so heavy. And not realizing that they're going through something too. They have a very good, men have a very good way of, they're taught to suck it up, suck it in, not show emotion. Grown men don't cry, da 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 da, right?
Wounds.
So they suck it in and they keep it in and most oftentimes spontaneously explode, right? And
Or go in opposite direction completely.
right, in the opposite direction. So we are already labeled how we're going to be. And what we try to do is prove who we're not. We spend so much time proving who we're not. We don't ever get the opportunity to prove who we are. Because we're trying to show the other person we're not crazy. We're not jealous. We don't hold grudges. You know, we're a good cook. We are good housekeepers. I'll keep myself together. I won't go out looking like a maniac. I won't embarrass you in front of your friends. I won't embarrass you in front of your family. I'll I'll stay in my lane.
I'll keep my hurts and my pains to myself. So that's all of that is relationship rules that are keeping you in a relationship realm. None of that is connection.
Yep.
All of that is considered abandoning and rejecting connection. If you can't open up, think about this. If you've stumbled across this video and you have found what you believe to be your twin flame, are they allowed to know anything about your real feelings? Are you able to communicate with them and tell them the truth? Not tell them the truth about what people have done to you, but what you've done to yourself. And will they be allowed to sit with you as you do that and hold your hand? Because if you're not able to do that, if you know that you stuff things down, and if you're stuffing things down a lot, ask yourself, does the other person feel rejected by you? Because that's what's missing from you. You're not capturing if you feel a connection to another and they feel a connection to you and you start hiding other feelings from them, you don't see that that's called disconnection. So you're doing that, but you do it based on a relationship basis. You think that certain things don't need to be shared, and that's how you're living. Connection doesn't give a crap about what you hide. It's going to give you what you give yourself. And if you give yourself that disconnect, don't worry, your twin will give you that disconnect too. So at least you're getting exactly what you keep giving yourself. But do you truly know how to heal that? Do you believe it's possible? Well, you're sitting, watching this right now with two people who've stayed together through that and have opened up and shared that with one another and have found a way to heal that with one another, which means it's possible. So you can go watch whatever you want, and most of the times you're going to be watching a single person tell you who they are. There's plenty of men, plenty of women who go on video without two people sitting next to them. You're going to go after a connection with one person, and that one person's going to make sure you stay one person. Two people will make sure you find two people. And we've seen it. We've just seen it too much to know that you can't run towards a connection when you've taught yourself how to only have a single-sided connection, which is a relationship. That's all it is. There's nothing new about that. Connection is very new.
We've experienced the twin flame journey. We've experienced all that has been thrown at us. We're still getting bombs thrown at us. And we're handling it differently. And we're doing a lot of things differently because of those things that we went through, because of the trials and all the things that we had to endure. You don't have to do that. You can take the rocky road, or we can really help you navigate this whole situation.
Sometimes it's just you need to be asked something that you can hear answers to that you don't even know you have the answers for. Because the answers for this connection, this twin flame, beyond twin flame experience, if you want to go there, is going to be found in the questions that you're asked that you hear your own answers to. Those answers will change you if you let them.
Yeah.
But you got to sit in front of somebody who can actually ask you those questions. Those questions are not easy to answer, but they're worth it, and you're worth it. So we are going to stay beyond twin flames. We're not going to go wrap ourselves up in it. We've decided to go this way because we believe in human being connection. Human being connection is how this connection flourishes. And if anybody's told you anything different, they're not giving you the exact truth. We're staying connected to one another, even with everything that's happening, and my love for her is continuing to grow because it's growing within myself, for myself, in connection to myself. How are you getting there? How are you opening that door? Do you believe you deserve connection? Do your actions support it? That's what you're looking for. You're looking for people whose actions support connection so you can find your way back to connection. Because truthfully, you were just taught relationship too long. Relationships have been taught from the moment you go into kindergarten all the way to the moment you graduate from school. Doesn't matter. You learned relationships, and you learned how to be a son or a daughter at home. You learned all of these roles you learned to play. This breaks that. This doesn't want you playing any roles. It wants you to be connected. So it requires your depth. It definitely requires your depth. And it requires you no longer judging it.
We are going to cut this off at a decent time so we don't keep you all day. And one more thing I'd like to ask: if you are not an organ donor, please look into organ donation. Organ donation saved my life. So if you are not registered, please, in honor of my anonymous donor, go to registerme.org and register to be an organ donor if you're in the States.
And another thing to add to that, we're doing root camps. We're available.
We are.
We have 30 minutes. If you've never experienced
Free
your
30
connection,
minutes.
if you've never ever even had a glimpse of your connection to yourself, come sit with us for 30 minutes. We'll show you your connection to yourself. We're sitting in this connection and we can show you the path. Your path is going to be your connection to yourself.
Yes.
So if you're looking to really do it, come on. We got empty spots right now, but we don't know how long we're going to be able to do that with the current rate. So let's just go ahead and get you over here, because I'm telling you, healing has to be about connection to yourself. If you can't connect to yourself, you found two people who will get you there. And
All
don't
right.
forget,
Go ahead.
sign up for organ donation. It is important. She's sitting here next to me because of that, and I'm internally grateful for it. And we're going to continue to advocate for it, and we're going to continue to keep out there teaching people what that is, because connection finds a way.
Thank you for watching.
See you soon.